What is going on, Daily Diabetics? I am low. What's going on, guys? I am your Saturday person, Ali, as you know, and this week's topic is freestyle. As I like to say, I'm a freestyle for you. No, I'm not. So this week I really want to talk about trial and macronutrients and the thing I always preach, which is also knowledge and food and knowledge of things beyond diabetes. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple tips and I'm gonna get into it. Number one, how would I say this? Having a doctor visit and depending on your doctor's visit to be the only knowledge of your diabetes is really gonna set you up for failure. Because you gotta think about it this way. A 15 doctor visit can only do so much. And waiting on our doctors to make our basal adjustments, bolus adjustments, and food adjustments is just, it's not enough. And you have to take it beyond yourself, beyond your doctor, because no one is going to care as much as you. That's really, really important, because I see so much of everyone in the diabetic community, and I've been diabetic for almost 6 years, and I really pay attention to people's blood sugar and what's the norm in blood sugar. And what I've seen is people have such a low standard as you could say, with diabetic control. I have had a crazy journey with trying to keep my blood sugar intact. I mean, I've tried going vegan, I've tried keto, I've tried low carb, high protein, the Bernstein method. I've tried, now I'm eating high carb. And of course it's all trial and error, but I've gone through periods and I've gone through eating disorder with binge eating and not having a healthy control and a mindful attitude. And I've gone through different exercise periods. Eating with diabetes and different diets and types of eating is very political, and I don't want to get into that. I don't want to talk about low carb being better, high carb being better, medium carb being better. I really want to say and make this the punchline. You have to see and actually comprehend what is being done wrong and adjust it. And I know that sounds really simple and stupid, but think about this. The other day, and I wish I had my blood sugar and I took a picture of it, I was just at a roller coaster. And like I said in my story about everything being a norm, that was probably normal for a lot of people, maybe even really good for people. But for my standard, that wasn't good enough, and I want to push people. That's my whole point with saying that, of a better standard. We have the capability of doing better. But my point is with that is I wasn't actually considering the amount of fat I was eating. If you guys watch my day in the life video, my blood sugars were actually, that was an example. I was eating a lot more fat. And yes, I wasn't eating as much protein because I'm a pescatarian, but almost vegetarian right now at this point. And I'm eating Indian food, so there's the consideration of high fat. So what happens with high fat and you're eating high carb? Even if you pre-bolus really well, but you don't take into consideration of how much fat can delay a blood sugar spike, is you'll be flat really good, and then out of nowhere you'll spike, and that can really hurt you. And then you see, oh, the spike, I'm gonna take more insulin, and then right back down. And this is where that roller coaster is. What I mean by trial and understand what you're doing wrong and fix it, for me, it was eating a lot more fat than I needed and more food, so my plates were changing. I just wish I had taken a picture of my food for lunch and breakfast and my snack. A great example is also breakfast. I spike really, really high at breakfast, which a lot of you probably understand with morning hormones, and you're just more resistant. What I'm doing is I'm fasting. I'm not skipping breakfast, I'm just giving myself time a little bit to wake up, maybe 2 hours without eating. I drink some coffee or some tea, kind of just relax and get my day going and focus on work. Now it's been lower fat. It's Chobani plain yogurt. It's low fat, high protein. It's like 6 grams of carbs, 16 grams of protein, 14 grams of protein, some blueberries, and 1 slice of toast instead of 2, and some peanut butter. And that really helped my blood sugar. And then lunch was just a piece of bread, some lentils, and what else? A half a yam. And that's considerably very low fat. And I'm not saying I gotta stop eating fat if I'm eating high carb. I have to balance it out. And to conclude, basically, my last important thing is understand macronutrients. Macronutrients are different nutrients that our body needs. Fat, protein, carbs, alcohol is considered part of them. But understand those. Don't just go carbs, carb count, protein count, fat count. Those things really, really impact your blood sugar and your body as well. And I recommend downloading MyFitnessPal calorie tracking, macronutrient tracking. I'm using Mike's Macros, one of my favorite personal trainers I used to follow. Shout out to Mike Bacanti on YouTube. So I've been tracking my food, and I can look at my plate and tell you how much my plate is from protein, carbs to fat. Not perfectly, but a good understanding. A lot of diabetics, a lot of people, you guys watching, I'm sure you know the carbs. I'm gonna leave it with this. Do you know your proteins? Do you know your fats? And know them and make adjustments. I hope this video helps. I appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Comment of the day is, what are you gonna commit to learning more? And do you like what I said? See you soon.